Hello, everyone, once again, and welcome. My name is Anna, and I'm a senior course developer at iSpring Academy. I have nearly a decade of experience in e-learning and love sharing all the good stuff iSpring tools have to offer. I hope that you've all been joining iSpring Day so far, and I'm really excited to be able to talk to you today. Our topic is how to choose the training format that really works. And I'm sure this will be a huge help for you all. Choosing the right training format can be a bit daunting, but we are here to help you pick the best framework for your topics and audience. So first things first, let's talk about why it's important to choose the right format for your e-learning courses. So in the world of e-learning, choosing the wrong format can lead to disengaged employees and missed objectives. However, choosing the right one can be transformative for your business or university classes. Tailored, engaging learning experiences inspire employees. Picture for a workplace and workforce not just trained, but genuinely motivated, applying their knowledge to enhance productivity and innovation. So throughout our session, you will learn about training formats that really work and learn why they work. And of course, we will use iSpring tools to show how some of these formats work. In choosing a training format, concentrate on the objectives of the course, the audience participating, and your personal tech abilities and background. Focusing on the course objectives ensures that the format will facilitate the achievement of these goals. Considering the audience is essential, as different groups may have varying learning preferences, and the chosen format should cater to these for optional engagement and comprehension. Lastly, considering your personal skills and background, because it's really important to ensure that you can deliver the training effectively. A format might not be, it might be excellent in theory, but if it's not something you're comfortable with or skilled at using, the training may not be as successful as it could be. Now, I have a quick question for you. What type of format do you like to learn from most? Please just drop a number of your answer in the chat and let us know. It can be video format, interactive simulations, podcasts, or written materials.
Anna, what if we have several favorite formats? Can we leave several numbers?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Okay, so while you voting for your favorite format, I will tell about my personal one. My personal favorite one, it's definitely gamification elements and interactive simulations. So truth to be told, I'm a huge fan of games, no matter if they're board games or computer games. So I really like to have some point, pages, levels in a learning course. Okay, Chris, can you help me with the results? What are
Absolutely. The point is that we definitely have a lot of 2s and 4s, but to be very honest, since I'm not extremely good in creating stats on the go, I should say that there are many people who have several preferences, just like myself. And we still do have a fair share of people who prefer number 1 and 3. So I should say definitely interactive simulations and games and written materials are among the top, but the rest, they don't like behind too much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's good to know. And for sure, there's no correct or incorrect answer, but definitely a lot of different options here. Okay, so before I dive into all the formats, I want to go over a great way to get an idea of which format will work best for your scenario. What I recommend doing is creating a training brief. A training brief is a detailed document outlining a training program, including objectives, content, methods, duration, logistics, and so on. It guides course designers and trainers, ensuring organized and effective training aligned with participants' needs and learning goals. This information is super helpful for choosing the format. So if you want to take a look at the brief template that our instructional designers use at iSpring, just follow the link that my colleagues shared in the chat and feel free to download the template. And we will move on. And let's go ahead and take a look at the example that we will have on the screen right now. Let's say you need to teach an employee how to use Excel. A gamified course where a detective hunts for numbers and assembles them into a secret code would be an odd choice, right? A course that delves into the history of Excel and an overview of competing tools would not be beneficial either. These ideas focus on approach, while your objective is to help the target audience acquire practical skills. So, what format is best to use that? And we will answer this question at the end of the session together. So now let's dive into different types of formats to find out which one works for us the best. So our first format is a slide-based course. It's a training format that uses presentation software and delivers information through sequential slides. It's an approachable and familiar format, ideal for things like compliance training or employee onboarding. It's quick and straightforward, especially if you're already familiar with PowerPoint. Then creating a slide-based course, breaking down the content into manageable chunks and structuring the slides is key. This approach proves handy, especially when you need to update information on a regular basis. The limitation of this format would be that the completion of the course depends on the learner's intrinsic motivation. So it's necessary to divide the text into chunks and use some techniques to involve users. For example, adding some interactive elements to your course. So now let's take a look and let's see it in action. Check out this example of slide-based course created in iSpring Suite. This course was audio narration and it features background music and a narrator's voice. This is a title slide followed by an introduction. A character steps in, guiding learners directly through the material. Slide-based courses are super user-friendly, making them a great format for both you and your learners, regardless of tech skills. They're quick to create and update so you can keep your training materials fresh and relevant. Okay, so it's time for our next format, and it's called interactive role plays. These are training exercises in which learners engage in stimulated conversations with various characters, allowing them to practice communication skills and receive feedback in a risk-free environment. This format simulates conversations with various personas, like customers or colleagues. Users assume the role of one of these personas and choose responses, then receive feedback with each choice carrying its own set of outcomes. This is a great format for so many scenarios because learners can refine their communication skills and prepare for real-world situations without the fear of making an error with real-world consequences, like jeopardizing a deal. This format is indispensable for training customer service representatives. The dialogues are lifelike, complete with voiced phrases and characters' reactions, creating an immersive learning experience. It's important to note that in a role play, users select responses from predefined options, hone communication skills, or learning scripts, but it doesn't teach them to formulate original thoughts to respond with. So I think that this is a limitation to consider. Let's take a look and let's see it in action. This course was created with iSpring Suite. So we need to click Start to engage with an interactive role. You will be prompted to interact with a character, make a choice, observe characters' reactions, and receive valuable feedback. On this slide, you can see what a dialogue simulation structure looks like. Here we have different scenarios of how the conversation goes depending on the answer of our users. Okay, our next format is scrollable courses. Scrollable courses are in-depth articles or guides that explore topics truthfully, offering detailed insights and analysis. There's not a more time-tested format than the traditional deep dive. The key to create a compelling scrollable course is writing clear text and breaking things up with occasional images or other assets. For instance, a scrollable module exploring detailed medical case studies could allow healthcare teams to understand research, methods, results, and their implications. This in-depth format is vital to pharmaceuticals researchers and healthcare policy teams. One shortcoming of this scrollable course format is that it's geared towards teaching concepts rather than practical skills. While test questions can be added to interactive articles, they don't facilitate hands-on practice for things like customer communication skills. Okay, let's take a look at a scrollable course on the screen. It was created with iSpring Cloud. It starts with a cover and title. Next is the introduction and the next chapter button. In the second chapter, we see images that can be enlarged. Moving on to the next chapter, here we have images and a self-assessment test along with our text, providing engaging assets to reinforce the theoretical part. Our next format is video courses. Video courses are dynamic learning experiences that blend engaging recorded videos with visuals and providing step-by-step instructions and practical demonstrations. Videos are a great way to bring learning to life, making complex topics accessible and engaging. They provide a visual learning experience that captivates learners, making it an excellent choice for educational content. Creating a video lecture can be a straightforward process. You can record yourself using a webcam, supplementing your talk with supportive visuals. What about cons? For sure, sometimes creating high-quality videos can be costly and time-consuming, right? Especially if they need to be updated regularly. Also, video format can demand high bandwidth, leading to slow loading times or buffering issues for students with poor internet connection. One more thing is that without proper accessibility features like captions or transcripts, video content might not be inclusive for learners with hearing impairments. Now, let's take a look at the example. You can also watch it following the link in the chat that my colleagues are going to send now. In the video, an expert is explaining how to prepare for a call with a potential client and provide the instructions. You can also see that the main steps of the instructions appears as pop-up messages. So when you create a video, you're more than welcome to add additional information to video like text, images, or maybe another video. So before we continue, I want to let you all know that here at iSpring, we also love video courses and have created one just for you on course development. This course will be beneficial for those who are eager to create engaging and effective learning experiences. It's called How to Create an Interactive Online Course. In the course, you will master fundamental principles for creating effective courses, instructional design theories and methods, course development stages, and many more. Upon completion of this course, you will get a certificate that can serve as a great addition to your resume. If you want to see if this course is a good fit for you, you're more than welcome to take free demo lessons for free from the course. Just follow the link in the chat or scan the QR code on the screen to take the free lessons. Okay, now let's get back to the course formats. Our next format is interactive video courses. This format resembles as a first-person computer game, where the employee becomes the main character and the storyline depends on their choices. This format is based on real-life situations in which employees must solve a particular task or challenge. For example, it might involve calming an upset customer. The course provides feedback after each choice, helping learners understand their mistakes and prepare for similar situations in real life. I would say it's something like if a role play and a video course have a child. The main downside of this format is that it can be costly and complicated to develop. This might not be the best choice for organizations on a tight budget. Building an interactive video course involves several steps, such as writing script, planning the visuals, finding suitable locations, recording the video, editing, and putting everything together in an offering tool. Making changes to the course like this can be tricky, so it's important to think it through before deciding on this format. Let's take a look at the example on the screen. In this immersive experience, learners step into the first-person perspective of a character, observing daily routines, making choices, and seeing the consequences unfold, determine the course progression. Right now, we can see a person who spills a coffee on a colleague. Now he has to do what to do. Tell the colleague about it, rub the coffee in, or just keep quiet. Depending on the answer, the story continues differently. So it's a dynamic way to engage learners, allowing them to actively participate and shape their own learning journey. Time to talk about a fun format, my favorite one, games. Games are interactive learning experiences that incorporate gaming elements like challenges, levels, and rewards, engaging learner while enhancing skills and knowledge in a playful way. Have you ever been stuck in a training that felt like so tedious that you counted sailing tiles? I'm not proud of that, but I have been, and unfortunately not once. Games can inject life into dense subjects and add excitement and fun to the learning experience. You can add dynamic elements such as levels, points, rankings, and rewards for a level of immersion that's hard to match with other formats. Finding the sweet spot where education meets entertainment might sound daunting, but iSpring makes even advanced formats easy to create. Let's check out this example of narrative game-based course, first things first. Once we start the course and learn more about the course settings, and right now we click next. And now we receive an email from our friend Andrew. Andrew needs our help to become more efficient. And we can see what his KPIs, which will appear in a moment, definitely don't look good, right? So the course continues with gamified slide where we need to help Andrew find his to-do list by clicking on items to move them. Click start looking, and here we go. So that's how a game can look like in terms of creating a course, of a training course. Something like a leadership role-playing game would be a great use case for this format. You can prepare future leaders in your organization by creating a scenario where employees tap into their roles and go through decision-making challenges, learning strategic thinking, team management, and motivational skills along the way. So, podcasts is our next format. Podcasts are a captivating audio-based training format but offer flexible and relatable learning experience. So before we move on, I want to ask you a question. So do you listen to podcasts? Just drop a number of your answer in the chat and let us know. I have a chat right here on my iPad. Okay, so the answer options are yes all the time, yes occasionally, or no. So, Chris, can you please help me with this?
Of course, totally. And we already have some first answers. And I should say that after 58 votes, we have more than half of people saying that they do listen to podcasts occasionally. About a third say that do that all the time, including myself. So I would say we have 88% of people who do listen to podcasts either regularly or from time to time. So it's an absolute majority.
Awesome. And that's Chris, thank you so much. There's definitely a high chance that your learners listen to them too. Since, for example, 62% of Americans listen to podcasts, according to Statista. And podcasts are widely popular for a pretty good reason. They offer tremendous flexibility. So imagine, instead of a straight lecture, you get to engage with employees through insightful discussions, expert interviews, or engaging narratives bundled in an easy to digest audio format. The beauty of podcasts lies in their adaptability. Whether it's company updates or industry insights, podcasts deliver information in an accessible and relatable manner. Your team can absorb essential knowledge while working on data entry, admin work, or any other repetitive tasks. Now you've got your employees learning while they work. I mean, isn't it a dream for you and for them? And another major advantage of this format is that you can create compelling content on a shoestring budget. For example, you don't even need to hire voiceover actors. Voiceovers can be done directly in an hour or two. Moreover, there's a lot of AI tools which allows you to do that. And it's also true for iSpring Suite because it's a great text-to-speech feature. However, there is one drawback of the podcast format. It might not suit every employee, as it requires processing information through listening, which might not benefit your visual learners. Okay, and let's move on to the next format, screencasts. Screencasts are user-friendly visual walkthroughs guiding learners through screen recordings, images, text, and clear narration, making complicated topics easily understandable and accessible. Creating a screencast is also straightforward and typically can be done in just a couple of hours. Imagine having a friendly tech expert right by your side, guiding you through every click and shortcut of a new software. That's precisely what the screencast offers, right? A virtual walkthrough of digital terrain, making the complex seems like a walk in the park. These video tutorials simplify the learning curve, especially when exploring corporate portals or CRM systems. Creating a screencast is as simple as recording yourself doing the process while narrating. In just a couple of hours, you have a comprehensive tutorial ready to roll. Screencasts offer a quick and easy way to provide software demonstrations, showcasing website navigation, and explaining complex workflows. And updating knows what. These tools like iSpring Suite, keeping your screencasts up to date is as easy as a click of a button. Ready to see screencasts made using iSpring Suite in action? So this screencast shows how to create interaction in iSpring Suite. We see mouse movements and the video also has voiceovers. Through you cannot hear it now, but trust me, it's here. The presenter constantly explains the actions. One of the downsides of the screencast is it's another format that's not great for practical skills. So you can actually practice and work within the software. Here you can only watch an overview of it or the instructions. Also, if the software interface changes, you will need to update your screencast completely. And our next format is interactive software simulators, are incredibly helpful for employees learning new software. This simulation mirrors the software's interface, giving users a safe space to practice without the worry of making mistakes or losing important data. Using real software screenshots and videos, these simulators guide users through specific tasks within the software. For example, they can teach employees how to use corporate software tools by capturing real screen actions, making the learning process highly effective. It's essential to understand their limitations. Interactive software simulators are tailored for training on practical tasks and processes. They may not be ideal for tasks like quickly finding information and learning keyboard shortcuts. For this, I would recommend using a screencast or a slide-based course. As for the creating perfect simulations, it can be time-consuming and costly, which might not fit every business budget. A best practice is to use simulators for critical systems where errors need to be minimized. And then there's no way to train your stuff right inside the software. Users should also access interactive software simulators on the same device they were designed for. For instance, if a course is meant for mobile devices, it's best experienced on a mobile device. Additionally, ongoing maintenance and updates, especially when software changes require simulator revisions, can be time and resource intensive. Despite these factors, interactive software simulators offer a practical and effective way for employees to gain confidence in using essential software applications. Okay, we're done with the main course formats, and I would like to mention two more training formats today. One of them is mobile learning. Mobile learning is the use of mobile devices like smartphones and tablets to deliver educational content, providing learners with the flexibility to access information anytime, anywhere. Its major strength lies in accessibility, accommodating learners' diverse schedules and locations. Imagine technicians having instant access to updated equipment manuals, troubleshooting guides, and safety protocols on their smartphones while working on site. In situations demanding quick decisions and precise actions, this immediate access ensures they can effectively address challenges, enhance safety, and maintain operational efficiency. In the corporate world, mobile learning proves invaluable for fostering a culture of continuous learning. This continuous reinforcement significantly enhances the retention and application of knowledge in their roles. And last but not least format I want to talk about today is microlearning. It's bite-sized focused learning that delivers information in small, easy-to-digest chunks. Its simplicity is its strength. It is concise, targeted, and tailored to specific learning objectives. In training, microlearning excels at reinforcing knowledge, addressing specific skill gaps, and promoting long-term retention. Its brief, engaging format prevents information overload, ensuring learners grasp essential concepts swiftly. Time management makes an excellent application for microlearning. Employees can access bite-sized lessons on productivity hacks, effective planning, and prioritization techniques. These modules offer practical tips what individuals can immediately implement in their daily routines. One disadvantage of micro courses in a training context is their limited depth of content. Due to their short duration and focused nature, micro courses might cover not all the topics and not in as much details as longer training programs. So if you needed your team to understand the ins and outs of a new product line, this might not be the best format. Now we will explore various real-life examples of course formats tailored to different subjects and objectives. For instance, a welcome course introducing the company history, mission, values, and products can be effectively delivered through a long read with embedded videos or a comprehensive learning track. Welcome course is always a long-term study. Therefore, one format is not enough. Combining a welcome video, a detailed long read on the company's background and mission, and a slide course highlighting its product line ensures a throughout understanding. You definitely shouldn't make it a single slide course with 200 and more slides, right? In contrast, courses on topics such as fire safety or cybersecurity benefit from slide formats or long reads. These formats offer structured delivery of information, enhancing comprehension and retention among learners. Also, long reads are best suited for product courses. The main advantage here is that you can quickly make edits to the long read if product line is not updated frequently. The video format is not suitable for the same reason. It's very difficult and expensive to make edits. Courses for sales will require a combination of different formats: long reads, slide courses, video lectures, role plays. If they're talking about practical skills, for example, communicating with clients, then role plays are mandatory. Similarly, courses on personal performance, such as emotional intelligence, public speaking, and Excel skills, require different formats. For public speaking, practical assignments allow participants to apply learned techniques. Topics like emotional intelligence can be effectively conveyed through long reads, providing in-depth exploration and reflection. Software-related courses typically utilize screencasts and quizzes to provide this hands-on experience, this complex software benefiting from simulators for practical training. In summary, understanding the content and learning objectives is key to selecting the most suitable course format. Woo! We did it! We got through a ton of practical formats used in digital learning. So just to sum up, we explored the advantages and great uses for slide-based courses, interactive role plays, long reads, games, video courses, and so on. So next time you create a training, consider these various formats and watch your learning experiences come to life. And if you remember, at the beginning of our today's session, we had to decide what format to choose for a course about how to use Excel for our employees. Now that you know all the main training formats, let's decide which one to use. So what format is best to choose for a course on how to use Excel? For sure, there's no correct or incorrect answer. You can choose whatever format you prefer, whatever format you like, but I just want to know which one you feel will work best. And Chris, I will need your help here.
I'll be there for you when you need to get the results. Right, let's see. let's see what we have. I would also leave my vote, and it turns out to be one of the most popular. So this is 64%, almost two-thirds, are voting for software simulation. And I would say that the second to best is Screencast. And we only have very few people voting for scrollable course or slide-based courses. I even feel a bit sad for scrollable course because this option is getting the smallest number of votes. But anyway, I'd say we have an absolute leader, which is software simulation.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for all of your answers. Now I will share my personal opinion, and I hope you will
Please
not
do. Please do.
you will not hate me here. So in my opinion, screencast will be the best choice. And I will explain why. So give me just a moment. So add some screen recordings, images, text, and narration, and you will have a great software guide. And at the end, you can add a quiz to check how learners remember all the tricks they were shown. But about software simulation, it's for sure, that's a very, very interesting option, and where you can click, like touch it and give it a try. But it can cost a fortune and takes much more time to create than a simple screencast. Also, one more thing here about software simulation, but can make me like confused about this option. If you can train someone directly in the application without any additional effort or cost, then in my opinion, there is no need for a full-fledged software simulation, because a screencast will do everything for you. So this is just my opinion, what I think about it, but for sure, software simulator, this will be a very, very good one. Okay. So just a last thought at the end of our journey here. We go back to the beginning from where we start. So when deciding on a training format, focus on the course's goals, the people taking the course, and your own skills and experience. If you're new to course creation, which is absolutely and completely fine, simple slide courses or video lectures are great choices. Once you've got the hang of it, you can explore some different formats. Now, hopefully you will now be able to be more confident, but you have the knowledge you need to choose the right format. If you do, I'm sure that the results will really wow your learners. And I think that that's it for today. And thank you everyone for joining this session and staying with us. And just in a minute, we will go over some of your questions from the chat. And while we are waiting to hear your thoughts about the webinar, about the session, and the questions in the chat, I would like to give you a little more information on the video course I mentioned earlier. So how to create an interactive online course is for those of you who want to take their first step in the world of course creation. You can create a complete course from scratch using only the help of the exercises and feedback from your iSpring trainer. You don't need any previous experience in creating courses. Our training will provide you with everything you need. And as a matter of fact, you've already met your trainer. Throughout this course, I will be sharing iSpring Academy's expertise and instructional design and my own insights to help you create courses like a true professional. The course has 20 video lessons with an average duration of 15 minutes. 10 of these lessons come with a practical assignment for which you will receive expert feedback. All lessons accessible right away, so you don't need to wait for a trainer to send them to you. You can take them at your own pace and wherever you want. I will review every task, answer all of your questions, go over your mistakes, and for sure, help you fix them. And as a way to show our appreciation for your taking part in this session, we are giving all of you a 20% discount on this fantastic course. To get it, just follow the link in the chat to use it. This offer is valid till May 10th, so don't miss your chance to master your skills. So I think we're ready for the Q&A session. And Chris, I'm handing the mic over to you.
Right, Anna, thank you so very much. I really enjoyed the session, as well as those bravest and strongest participants who are still with us in the chat. We still have almost 300 viewers, and I should say this is a really good number for the end of an almost 7-hour-long conference. So Anna, you rock, really. Congrats. Of course. Well, our presentation took a little longer than it was supposed to, but since we have this technical issue with the previous speaker, I think we still have a little time for maybe one question, because many of the questions were actually taken by our amazing chat support team. So let me ask you exactly the question that comes from Tracy Jones. How do we create a long read in iSpring?
So to do this, you need to open up your iSpring Cloud account, and there you will be able to create like a long read. You need to click New if I'm not mistaken, and select long reads. Also, long reads are available in our learning management system, so you can create it in iSpring Learn too.
All right, super. Thank you so much, Anna. I think we'll probably wrap it up here with this specific part, because we still have some other important points to do. Of course, no more important than the information that we have listened, but I would say equally important. So if you don't mind, maybe you can stay with us for a while and also support our participants, those bravest and strongest ones in the chat. What do you say?
So thank you so much for staying with us, and thank you for joining. It's so much pleasure, and I have my iPad here, so
Right.
I were able to partly see all of your comments, and thank you so much for being so active. I hope that you are excited for day 2 also, and stay with us, ask your questions. I'm so happy that we can build the community together, and because like the more ideas we have and we share and we learn from each other, it's the better, right?
Yeah, totally. The more the merrier, I would say.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Anna.